Wow. We're going into the ninth. Didn't want to wait anymore. Tie game. 8-8. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Yankees were down 7-2 3 innings ago, and now it's 8-8. So it's not over yet. But what a comeback so far. Cody Bellinger, Anthony Volpe, right? Unbelievable. It's good to see this offense waking up, but it doesn't change the fact that they need pitching and they need it now. They need arms, bullpen, starting, a lot of arms. They got a lot of guys hurt on the pitching stable. But we got the top of the lineup here coming up for the Yankees. So let's see who we got. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Constantly Yeti, Franchise, Ray. What is good? John K. All right, Lorenzo, Chocolate. What's up, Mike? Race of the Glacius is in there now. No. We got 1, 2, and 3 up here. Goldie, Bellinger, and Judge. All right. Beagle. What's up, Beagle? Hope you're doing well. Swing. Center field. Double for Goldschmidt. Double for Goldschmidt off the center field. Leadoff double. That was almost a catch. I thought it was a home run, but it was almost a catch, but it wasn't. Leadoff double for Goldschmidt. It's a good start. Now can Bellinger and Judge move, bring him in? And if they take the lead, will Devin Williams come in and preserve it? Luke Weaver was good last 2 innings. He was good. It's good to see. All right, runner on second, no outs. Cody Bellinger's up now. He had a home run last time up. Foul ball. 0-1. Yeah, Michael Harris looked like he had that ball when he crashed into the wall, came right out of the glove. So it was a lucky break for the Yankees. Now we need to capitalize on this. Still 1 pitch. 1-1. 1-1. Yeah, you got that right, Goldie can still hit. Cody Bellinger with runners in scoring position has a .315 batting average this season. .317, excuse me. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball. Center field. We'll see if Goldschmidt tags up. Of course not. Doesn't tag up. Stays at second base. Ugh, come on. Are they gonna pitch the Judge, or are they gonna walk him? They walked him, right? Yep, they intentionally walked Judge. Runners on first, second now. Who's up next? Stanton. So it's an opportunity for Stanton to come into play. We have to to get a hit here. But again, he hits the ball so hard, he's also easier to double up. So this is a big spot for Stanton right here. Big spot. All right, it's Giancarlo. And the pitch. It's not a strike. That is outside. Hold it a strike, the umpire. Come on. 0-1. High. Now 1-1. 1-1. Yo, Jacob, what's up? What's up? All right, the 1-1 pitch to Stanton. 1-2. Off speed, swing and a miss. 1-2. All right. Let's see if he throws another pitch like that because he's swinging at these outside off speed pitches. And the pitch. Outside off speed pitch, but he didn't swing. Good eye there. 2-2. Deuce. Yes, we do need to win, Jacob. 100%, man. The Guardians lost, yeah. Except the Red Sox lost. The Mets lost. Yeah. And the pitch. No, full count. Full count. He could load the bases here for Jazz Chisholm if he doesn't swing at a bad pitch here. or if he swings at a good pitch. And a 3-2 pitch to Stanton. Walked him. Bases loaded. 1 out for Jazz Chisholm. They got to capitalize on this, man. They need to capitalize on this. We've come all the way back down from 7-2. It's freaking 8-8. And shout out to Anthony Volpe with 2 big home runs tonight. People want Volpe gone, and then he does something like this. Right? I understand the frustration, but he does stuff like this. And the pitch to Jazz Chisholm is... He just lined out to third base. 2 outs. He hit the ball to the opposite field hard, and third baseman jumped up and caught it. Shit. 2 outs. There's 2 outs. That would have been an opposite field hit right there. Probably with 2 RBIs. That third baseman made a jumping play. Well, good catch. Good catch. All right, who's up now? Trent Grisham. Dude, Trent. If ever there's a time for that mustache to come through right now, and the pitch. Trent, ball 1. Ball 1. Take the freaking walk if you need to. If he's not throwing strikes, he's 1 for 4 with a double. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the 1-0 pitch to Trent Grisham is 1-1. Foul ball. Foul ball. No, I don't agree. I would put Devin Williams. You can't put Luke. You can't bring Luke Weaver back out. Got to bring Devin Williams in. And the 1-1 pitch to Trent Grisham. Grand slam! Grand slam! Grand slam, baby! 12-8. I would be screaming if my kids weren't sleeping right now. Home run number 17 for Trent Grisham. The mustache plays. Tom Selleck does it again. Magnum PI. And the pitch to Volpe. I don't really care what happens now, but my goodness. Off-speed pitch. And he took it over the wall. But come on. It looks low. It was 0-2 to Volpe right now. Struck out Volpe. 12-8. They were down 5-0. They went down 7-2, and now they're up 12-8. See, don't sleep on these bats, but you have to add arms. Please, you have to add arms. Do you feel better about bringing in Devin Williams now? Mark, that is the greatest stash at minimum in New York City. That's like straight up. That's like Tom Selleck and Raleigh Fingers. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, dude, it's straight up Magnum PI. He needs a theme song. I would still bring in Devin Williams to keep him doing the work. Yeah. We'll see if they don't bring him in, but he hasn't pitched in several days, so I want to give him somewhat regular work. But yeah, I would bring in Devin Williams. Big time clutch hit right there, Trent Grisham. 5 ribbies for Grisham tonight with a freaking go-ahead grand slam in the top of the ninth. Holy moly. He's good. That's right, Buckeye. Team ball is right. But I would bring, to Jonathan's point, I would bring in Devin Williams. He needs to get the work in. The new W. That's right. He's a WD Mason. That's right. Unbelievable. Just straight up blue collar. No arm up, nothing. It's just, I guess, straight up blue collar. No frills. They still have to get 3 more outs, though, so it's not over yet. All right, we got to get 3 outs. Let's stay focused here. Let's stay locked in. And who's pitching? Don't know. Devin Williams. All right, here we go. 1-0. Ball 1. Not a same situation, but who cares? Just get in the work. Keep getting guys out. The pitch. 1-1. 1-1. Go walk that dog, Beagle. Well, the Yankees are missing they're missing a bat right now, Davey. So they're missing a bat in this lineup. 2-1. 2-1. Sean Murphy's up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So the 2-1 to Murphy is 2-2. 2-2. I'm telling you, Mark, that mustache is just straight up. That's stuff for legends right there. But again, it'll cement them as a legend if they win this game. So let's go. 2-2 pitch. Full count. Just outside. Full count. Please don't walk this guy, Devin. Come on. Yo, my man NFV from the strike zone. What's up, brother? We gotta get 3 outs here. We gotta get 3 outs, bro. So let's and he walked him. Shit. Come on. With the leadoff walk. Please get a double play here. Oh my god. What kind of doorknob is that? It's one with a passcode on the outside. Key or passcode on the outside. And then an extra lock on the inside. Well, who are you going to sit at? Who are you going to get rid of to call Spencer Jones? You're going to have to move on from an outfielder. Who are you going to move on from? Is the question. I like Spencer Jones, but right now, all of our outfielders are hitting well. Strike. 0-1. Outside strike. Ozzy Albies is up. He's 2-3 with a 3-run home run. He's got 5 ribbies tonight, too, so got to get this guy out, Devin. Got to get this dude out, please. And the 0-1 pitch to Ozzy is 0-2. Fastball. He's got a good fastball tonight, at least. So 0-2. Yeah, they need to make some moves. They need to bring in some arms. And the 0-2 pitch. 1-2. Wow, 1-2. 1-2. Ball 1. In the dirt. Yeah. I mean, I have somebody over there who's working on the inside with the Yankees right now. Says they're working on a few things right now. It's asking price for one player that's leading him to potentially pivot to another, and the 1-2 pitch is foul ball. 1-2 still. Yeah. Yeah, Jake Boss. Yeah, we need some arms. We need some arms in the bullpen, man. We definitely need some arms. And the 1-2 pitch. Strike him out. No, 1 out. I think if they make a trade with the Diamondbacks, it'll probably be for the third baseman, but not with the pitcher, though. But not with the pitcher. The asking price for him and the pitcher is too high. But Suarez he hit 2 home runs tonight, too. He's got 33 now. Oh, come on. It's buffering now. Oh, here we go. And the pitch. Strike 1. 0-1 to Nacho Alvarez. This is the third baseman who robbed Jazz Chisholm with an opposite field home run. But thank you for robbing him because it led to the grand slam. So thank you, Nacho. And 0-1 pitch to Alvarez. Oh, shit. Double. Runners on second and third. Good hit. Hit a high fastball. Runners on second and third. Yep, fastball up on zone. He hit it. We don't have. Yeah, I mean, Max Fried is like the biggest ground ball pitcher we have. So they get a lot of strikeouts and a lot of balls in the air. You know, but Michael Harris is coming up. He's got a home run. He's 1 for 3. His runners on second and third and 1 out. Come on, let's just get out. I don't even care if you give up a run. Let's just get out of this trouble. All right, and the pitch. Strike 1. Foul ball. 0-1. Need you to buckle down here, Devin. If they can't get Suarez, then they have to get Brian Hayes from the Pirates in a multiplayer trade. And the 0-1 pitch to Harris. Ground ball. Get a run in, but there's 2 outs now. RBI ground out. That's okay. It's 12-9, but there's 2 outs now. But there's still a runner on third. 1 out left. 1 out to go. Interesting. Devin Williams is kind of taking ownership of calling his own games a little bit. Interesting. He does have a good feel for the game, so. How much in Hayes and Bednar? A decent amount because they have controllable years. And the pitch. 0-1. Strike 1. Hayes, Bednar, and Mitch Keller would cost probably Spencer Jones or Cam Schlittler, and then some other players. Because of the fact they have control, we just 0-2. 0-2. They're a strike away from the win. 1 strike away from the win. Come on. Just finish this out, man. Just finish this out, Devin. And the 0-2 pitch. Foul ball. Foul ball. 0-2 still. Still foul ball. Yeah, 0-2, 12-9. 2 outs. Runner on third. And the 0-2 pitch. 1-2. Ball 1. The Diamondbacks, well, they'll definitely try. Susan, you're right. I mean, they're gonna ask for the moon. Cashman's gonna come in at the clouds. They're gonna have to meet somewhere in between, right? And that's just a compromise point. But these guys are rental players. He does not have control, but years none of them do. So there's only gonna be able to bleed him to end the pitch. Game over. Struck him out. 12-9 win, baby. Let's go downstairs. This is probably the best win of the year for the Yankees, right there. Wow, unbelievable. You know what? All right, gang. It always feels better when we win, doesn't it? All right, gang. Game over. The Yankees win 12-9, huh? Yeah. So some people can get off the ledge, right? And yeah, the Yankees win is right. That's a big win. That's probably the best. Marcel, what's up, my man? JT, what's up? Yankee Mike, Brandon. Tomorrow we have Marcus Stroman on the mound. Let's see who he's pitching against. Tomorrow's game is at 1:35, so it's an earlier game. He's pitching against Grant Holmes, who's 4-8 with a 3.77 ERA. He's got 119 strikeouts and 50 walks, so he's decent. Decent. I know who the Yankees are targeting. You see, yeah, I know that a couple of players have been notified that they might be moved to the Yankees as well, family members too. So that I know. Can't reveal it yet, but getting intel from somebody on the inside. But again, this could also change. Remember that, like what's going on right now. This could be a pivot point for Cashman. Cashman could be bluffing. He could also be calling people's bluff. So this could change. Well, exactly, NFE. Does Boone get credit for this win like he gets blamed for the losses? Yeah. Great freaking question, bro. My man from the strike zone right there. That's the question of the night. Trent, Mattingly, Gossage. Right now it's Trent, man, because the mustache is playing. Mattingly was just neat. Goose Gossage was kind of messy, right? You know. Colorado Rockies leading. All right, good for the Rockies. Catfish Hunter. I mean, Raleigh Fingers had a better mustache than all these guys. That dude had like the legit mustache. But Trent Grisham's mustache is playing right now. It's playing right now. No. They're interested in Mitch Keller from the Pirates, yes, and one reason why is because Will Warren has been experiencing some fatigue in his pitching arm. So, yeah, you don't want to hear something out? The 216 hitter gets 4 RBIs and 2 home runs. Check this out. Let's go RBIs here, right? So many people have been saying why do we get Corey Seager and blah, blah, blah. There's a couple of players who have more RBIs. Perdomo from the Diamondbacks, Ellie De La Cruz, obviously, they're in the 60s. But then you have Anthony Volpe now, who's got, 52? Who does he have? The only guys that have more than him are Bobby Witt, Francisco Lindor, Trevor Story, and Bo Bichette. He has more than Mookie Betts. He has more than Jacob Wilson from the A's. He has more than Trey Turner from the Phillies. He has more than Jeremy Pena. He has more than Corey Seager, right? So people can poop on Volpe all they want, but he's actually driving in runs. So, it's okay to highlight a couple little pieces where he's good. Yeah, the trolls. Yeah. Do they suck as much as the Buccaneers do? I doubt it. No. Yeah, I mean, maybe this wakes up Volpe a little bit, right? Maybe it wakes him up a little bit, but it shows again, we scored 12 runs. I don't know how many times we scored more than 10 runs this year. A lot of games. So, but we need arms to hold the team down. Like we need to win this series tomorrow before we go to Toronto for 3 games. So, right? And then they get Philly after that, which is no cakewalk. I'll be at the game on Saturday. I'll be there against the Phillies, so that'll be a good game. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Volpe and Grisham, who is right? The no names got all the runs, right? Who are the difference makers today? Really? Kid Goldie get traded? Highly unlikely. Why would they trade him? Why would they trade him? What are they going to get for him? Huh? Volpe, yeah, man. Volpe, look, Volpe just buckles down through the bad and through the good, and he does that. His teammates love him, right? You can see that, and they're happy for him when he plays well. So Ben Rice has more trade value than Trent Grisham, but keep in mind, if they trade Ben Rice and Grisham walks in free agency, who's going to play first base next year? So Austin Riley, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what Austin Riley's situation is, but yeah, Trent Grisham was the best part of. So you got that right. Yeah, I couldn't be happier to have Trent Grisham right now. So yeah, they don't. You're exactly right too, Jonathan. We took advantage of this. So Spencer Jones or Judge will play first. I doubt. I doubt either one will play first. Judge, no, he's not gonna play first. Mm-mm. Me personally, I'm not trading Jones. If we're not getting Jose Ramirez or Skeens or Scooble, I'm not trading Jones. But that's just me. I don't work for the Yankees, right? So Merck is in the place. Merk. Murky Merc is in the building. Exactly, too. Soto who? That's right. Yeah. Judge is not going to play for it. He will. I think he's going to take over for Stanton at DH when Stanton leaves, retires, or whatever. So he was put on first at his last season. Yeah, but Judge has what? He has like 6 more seasons left, something like that. No. Yeah, I think he'll be better off at DH to preserve his legs. Yeah. Yes, no, I know. Seriously, Benji. Yeah, I have no issue with it. I think he'll eventually become a permanent DH judge. Scungili, what's up, Scungili? What's up? Spencer Jones, lefty. Bats lefty, throws lefty. Yeah. Freddie Peralta. I mean, I don't think Fred. I mean, I now that they have that kid, what's the kid's name? Jacob Mizorowski. They have 2 really good frontline starters. I'm not sure the Brewers are going to move on from Peralta. If that other kid didn't emerge, they might have, but I don't think they're going to trade Peralta now. I think they're maybe going to try to add to him. Well, this is true too. Yeah, the Banjo method not admit. That's right. That's a good point, right too. Yeah, pitching's got. I mean, they need arms and they need them now. Like I would love it if we, in the next 20 minutes or whatever, while we're talking, we got news that Yankees made a trade for a pitcher. So yeah, Jones is super duper elite athletic outfielder. So I have a feeling if Ben Rice stays, I think he'll be the first baseman next year, which makes sense. Jesus Rodriguez, catcher and third base. Those are his 2 positions, Lorenzo. And speaking of catcher, Rafael Flores, who I mentioned recently, got promoted from Double A to Triple A tonight. So yeah, whatever it is, Mark, and it's a great point too. Whatever it is, it looks like Spencer Jones has found it, right? So I'm hoping that the adjustments that he's made to his posture, and again, they have to make adjustments more frequently. Him and guys like him and Judge, because these guys are behemoths. They're huge, right? So would I bring back Nestor? There's no need for him. No, I don't think he can. I don't think he can stay healthy as much as we. I would move on. I wouldn't bring back Nestor. Yeah, Flores did get promoted today to Triple A. So and he's a guy because the Yankees are fielding a lot of calls right now on JC Escara. If they move Escara, you can bring up a guy like Flores who can be there to back up Austin Wells. Hmm. Yeah, I mean Judge right now is a fantastic outfield. I think he'll stay in the outfield in the corner outfield until Stanton moves on. So yeah, no kidding, Buckeye. Hire the coach, Judge. Yeah, I would not argue with that one at all. Buckeye, he does. Yeah, catching. I mean, Goldie he's old school blue collar, just like Trent Grisham. These guys are no frills. They just go there to do their work. They keep their heads down, and that's it. Nothing flashy about either one of them, right? No, I would not trade for Murphy. I don't think we need to trade for a catcher. Yeah, I don't think we need to trade for a catcher. Um, yeah, with a scar on his way out, I think Rafael Flores, to me, is the most logical option to replace him, Susan. So he has a cannon behind the plate too, like a 50 caliber arm. If anybody knows what 50 cal is, that is some serious velocity, some serious impact. No, the lunch pail guy, they are the lunch pail guys. And two, yeah, they're professional hitters. They just buckle down and do the work, right? Find their opportunities. Yeah, well, they are linked right now, Graham to Mitch Keller. So I don't think Candelario would get called up until the Yankees figure out who they might trade for at third base. But there will be a new third baseman here by the trade deadline. Who that's going to be, I don't know. But there will be a new third baseman. Yeah. Exactly, Stephen B. Stephen B, I responded to your email, by the way. Text. Yeah, Batman Flash. Yeah, exactly. The only Flash thing is a glove. He's got just a fantastic glove. Fantastic. He's picking them left and right, man. Yeah. I'm not sure Flores would challenge Wells for the starting position. I mean, eventually, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. He at the very least be a backup who hits from the righty side. Instead of having two lefty hitting catchers, they would have one lefty and one righty. No, but like Scar right now, he has a rapport with some of the pitchers. So, every now and then it's good to have him behind the plate. And again, he's known as an expert pitch framer, right? So a team with a lot of young pitching that he can help develop would be a good idea. Yeah. Castro would give positional versatility and speed. Suarez would give them the power in the middle of the lineup, but also make it easier to lead off Dominguez more frequently. Yeah. Stroman is pitching tomorrow, yeah. We won 12-8. Unbelievable. Mhm. I'm telling you. Grisham's been gold for the Yankees, man. He's been, and he's just making it, putting more nuggets in his contract, his free agent contract that he'll sign after the season. Yeah. 50K, yeah, exactly, Buckeye. Yeah. I've seen demos where it's like this straight up stainless steel stuff, and the only thing that penetrates it are 50 cal, and like it obliterates it. So. No, it shouldn't take, but it goes to show you that Atlanta, when they're healthy, they're a good team, right? So, but it also shows that we need arms. Because you're right, we should not need 12 runs to beat the Braves. Yep. Under what circumstances would I trade Lombard? The only bat I would move him for would be Jose Ramirez. The only arm would be Paul Skeens or Tarek Skubal. So 3 circumstances. That's it. And I think there's a pretty much a 0% chance that any one of those happens. And Skeens would cost Lombard and Dominguez, or Lombard and Jones, and then some beyond that. Well, that exactly, Buckeye. They kept their nose down, right? They kept their eye on the bullseye, and they kept grinding. That's exactly what we need to see. Yeah, exactly what we need to see. They kept coming back. They kept coming back, and they're like, Loaiza goes in. Then it went 8-6, and I'm like, oh, come on, you kidding me? And then Bellinger 8-7, and then Volpe 8-8. I'm like, okay, something's going on here, and I'm glad they drew walks in the ninth inning, putting and got those hits also to put Grisham in that position to hit that grand slam. The Pirates aren't moving Skeens yet. No. Skubal's not going anywhere either, especially now. Now with the Tigers with the best record in baseball. I could see some of those guys being part of trades. Hamilton's got several controllable years left. Loaiza, I could see either being DFA'd or traded too. Whoever they bring in, it's got to be better than those guys, right? So, but of all those guys, Hamilton has the most, I think, controllable years beyond this year. So he would probably extract the most package in return. Mm-hmm. I did not think Devers was getting traded to the Giants. That one caught me off guard. The Jays are after Keller, and now that they've lost 2 of their relievers, Yimi Garcia, and I forgot the other guy's name, they're after Joan Duran too from the Twins and Emmanuel Clase. Even though the Guardians have already said Clase is not available, but a big package can change that. So, but my guess they're going to be aggressive trying to get one of those guys, Joan Duran or Clase, the Blue Jays. Eddie Perez, yeah, was he threatening to throw at Jazz Chisholm's head? Is that what they were arguing back about? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, as far as we know right now, Vinish, I wouldn't be offended if they did. But as far as we know right now, the Guardians put 4 players as untouchables right now. J. Ram is one, Clase is the other, Stephen Kwan, and there's another one. I forgot who it was. But those 3 guys, they were clear that they were. I think Kate Smith is a guy that the Yankees look at. They're also looking at Columba. They're actually linked right now to Danny Columba for the Twins. Joan Duran, Jake Bird from the Rockies. Griffin Jacks. Yeah. The Mets are after Colombo too, yeah. The Mets need an arm. They need a starting pitcher too. So, and I think Yarborough could be the long relief guys. I think we should have 2 long relievers. Brubaker is proven to be potentially valuable a long relief guy here. So, Eddie Perez, the one of the bench coach for the Braves, he was like telling Jazz Chisholm that he's gonna have guys throw at his head, and they were like bickering back and forth. So, yep, Jake Bird, yep, he's got big time out pitches, and after this year, that's when he starts arbitration. He's got 3 arbitration seasons beyond this year before he's a free agent. So he wouldn't come cheap, but he will be a good one to get. And if the Rockies were wise, they would listen in on them. But 32 likes. We got like 60 people in here. Let's get anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, please do. It's always greatly appreciated. It's always helpful with the algorithm. It's always helping these streams for the likes to get up there. So I thank you so much for it. They do need a front line. Yeah. They need a front line guy. We need a back end rotation guy who's reliable. Yeah, I mean, Brubaker is getting better with more pitching. So I mean, with him, I would consider Yarborough in long relief. I was considering Luis Hill in long relief just to protect his arm and his shoulder because he's coming off another long term injury. So, but I do think the Yankees will probably move on from Hamilton as well as Loizaga, depending on who they bring. If they bring in two arms, I think those are the two arms that'll probably go. Shout out to New Zealand. What's up? One of the most beautiful countries in the world, New Zealand. Yeah. Grisham was the first Yankee with a grand slam to break a tie in the ninth inning since Glenn and Hill. Look at that. Glenn, I love it. I love. See, we get the good facts up in here, man, for good people. I remember Ramiro Mendoza. Oh, yeah. Ramiro Mendoza like the Swiss Army knife of on the pitching stable, right? We need a guy. I mean, it's essentially Luke Weaver was kind of that, but Michael King was the last guy I could think of that was kind of Ramiro Mendoza like. Who can close? He can relieve. He can spot start. He can go long reliefs. Like he can start. So, but I would protect Hill by drawing him out of the pen. Think about it this way too. Like let's just say, I mean, as you know, as you get closer to the postseason, and as you get closer, in the postseason, pitchers are going to go less in the games, right? Because you're pitching against much better lineups on a more regular basis, right? So let's just say Max Fried only goes 3 innings, or Carlos Rodon goes 3 innings, right? Do you really want to use the bullpen for 6 innings, especially when you have to play the next 2 days without any days off, right? So that's the benefit of having guys like Brubaker and Hill and Ryan Yarborough, because if they go 3, these guys can come in and throw 4 innings, right? And that's the difference between using 3 pitchers and 8. So if I'm Yankees, I'm seriously considering 2 long relievers at least. At least. CeeLo, what's up, baby? Yankees won, baby. 12-9. 12-9. Yep. Grisham's had some big hits for the Yankees, man. Big hits, man. And he's so just low key and so just no frills at all. I love that guy, man. It's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, Michael King is hurt. Yep. Yes, he is. They need an arm too. I mean, they're probably going to lose King. They're probably going to lose. What's the other guy? Dylan Cease. It's off season, so they're gonna. I will not be surprised if they try to add an arm or bring in somebody for the outfield to replace Jurickson Profile like Luis Robert. Excuse me. They could change the scenery guy. And now the Braves have Jurickson Profile back now from his suspension, so. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Graham. Like we're likely not going to get. Look, we don't even know if a pitcher that good is going to be available, right? So, and if we don't get him, like the only guy that could be a top 3 starter in the rotation would be Mitch Keller, right? And we don't know if he's going to be available. I'm hearing that he is, and he's linked to the Yankees. So, but he's the only guy that would be worth giving valuable pieces for. But that doesn't change the fact that I would still have 2 guys in long relief, because you can have even frontline guys get hit in the postseason, right? So I would rather use less pitchers in a game, and I'd rather have converted starters to go to long relief. 12-9, baby. Trent Grisham, grand slam in the ninth inning. The top of the ninth. Grand slam, baby. I heard Keller wants out of Pittsburgh, and the Yankees have already, they're already linked to him. So they're already linked to him. If I were to keep my eye out for anybody as a starting pitcher, it would be him or Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. Those are the two guys, unless someone else becomes available that we don't know about. That sometimes that happens too. Trade deadline, all of a sudden somebody becomes available trade deadline day. So yeah, so they're saving Fried and Rodon for the Toronto series. So yeah, Captain Johnny, Grisham, baby. They are selling the Diamondbacks. Yeah. No, I've heard that they've taken Clase and Kate Smith off the block, as well as Quan, and they also made it clear that Quan and J Ram are not available either. No. We want Grisham. Got that right. Yeah. Well, according to what we're hearing, it's going to be Fried, Schlittler, and Rodon against Toronto Blue Jays. That's what we're hearing now. Yeah, Ray Halla. So yeah, and Mariano Rivera was a converted starter. He was a terrible starter, and then turned into the best reliever in the history of baseball. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This happens, bad brother Bill. Yeah, this happens. Like sometimes pitchers get lit up, and then the bullpen will hold it down, which gives the offense time to kind of claw himself back, right? And that's kind of what happened today, because the what do you call it? Warren didn't make it through the fourth inning. I did see that. Yeah, Eddie Perez. Yeah, yes, indeed. Essentially threatening Jazz. No, I don't think Ramirez is available. They've made it clear that he's not on the market. Yeah. I don't know what beat writers or people on social media they keep saying that they should be traded. They should be traded, and all of a sudden people turning that into he's available. Like, will the Yankees trade for him? No, it's not gonna happen. Be shocked if he gets traded. The Cleveland fans will probably burn the stadium down. They did turn Clay Holmes into a good starter so far. Yeah. Looks like they did a lot with Sean Manaea. They did good work with Sean Manaea too. The Mets got to give him credit for that. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. If I was a betting man, I'd say Ramirez is staying and Quan is staying. Yeah. Well, man, bullpen they're not known for their bullpen strength right now. Aaron Bummer kept us in the bay yesterday. He was good, but beyond that, at least we're not facing Chris Sale. So I see Cashman probably making two significant trades: a multiplayer trade, and then another valuable piece trade, which will probably happen closer to the deadline. But the other trade I see happening sooner than later. That's partly because that's what I'm hearing. That they're looking to do that. But again, you never know. Tomorrow, the asking price for like a guy like Suarez could drop, right? You just don't know. You just don't know. That's the stuff we don't know. That what's going on behind the scenes. So there's too much speculation. You know. Mm-hmm. Well, the other question. I mean, I understand Dominguez needs more playing time, but he has pretty much equal amount at bats or more at bats than Trent Grisham. So who do we sit for Dominguez? Like to me, if they sat Stanton, I would DH Dominguez, right? So he can get his at bats. So that's what I would do. Dominguez. No, I don't think Grisham's gonna. Yo, Ace, what's up, Daddy? What's going on, man? Big freaking win, bro. Big win, man. It was a roller coaster, that's right. But it was, I just like that the Yankees kept clawing back and clawing back and clawing back, bro. Ace's family, man. Ace's family, baby. And my man is family right there. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? But that freaking, gotta give props. I gotta give props to Cody Bellinger. I gotta give props to Anthony Volpe. I gotta give mad props to Trent Grisham, right? So, and Luke Weaver. He had 2 good innings, and Devin Williams did it again. So, and I've been with you too, Ace. Like, I never was like on the get rid of Devin Williams train. I mean, historically, he starts terribly in April, even parts of May, and then his ERA just plummets. That's exactly what it's doing right now. So, and he apparently, he was saying it too. He didn't like the way that the games were being called when he was in there, so he kind of took things into his own hands, and it's worked so far. Whatever he's doing is working. So, yeah, Warren still needs to work on his repertoire. I mean, he's only a rookie too, so he has still quite a bit of developing to go. Yeah, but yeah, but if you get a 5th starter who can get maybe 12 wins, 160 strikeouts, something like that, I'll take that as a 5th starter. Will Warren, I'll take that. Well, who told you he's on the trade chip list? That Rice is on it. Yeah, Weaver and Williams, man, finding their groove. They really are finding their groove. Yeah, the Blue Jays are a good team, man. They keep, the Blue Jays are a good team, and now they're in. Now they're in on Clase or John Duran because 2 of their late inning relievers got hurt in the last 2 days. No, 40 likes. All right, keep hitting that like button, gang. It's always helpful and greatly appreciated when you do. And make sure you subscribe to the Strike Zone, Ken the Ugly Truth, Ace Avenue. You gotta make sure you subscribe. These are great Yankee content creators. These are family. You want to support the good guys, right? You want to support the good guys. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think if Rice doesn't get traded, and I mean, who are you going to trade him for? That'd be the one question. But if he doesn't get traded and Goldschmidt, let's say, retires, I think Rice should get the opportunity to take over first base. Yeah, I don't even listen to WFANs. It's a waste of time. Yeah. No, I understand it makes sense, but in no way have we heard that the Yankees have put him on the block. But who would you move him for is the question. I wouldn't move him as part of a trade for Suarez, and those are all rental guys. I would not move him to the Diamondbacks. No, I mean, could you get John Duran from the Twins for him? Okay, that's worth looking at. Could you trade him to the Rockies for Jake Bird? Right, another one worth looking at. I would rather trade him to the Rockies and get him out of the American League so he's not punishing our asses. Yeah. He is hitting the ball, and that was one of Volpe's problems too. He's hitting the ball into right at gloves far too often. So, yeah, Red Sox did lose. So did the Mets. Phillies won. Let's round robin this, because I usually go round robin. So, let's go across the game here. What do we got? The Rockies are up 10-6 right now on the Twins in the 9th. The Brewers are up 6-5 on the Dodgers in the 7th. The Mariners are up 4-1 over the Astros in the 4th. We won 12-9. The Cubs beat the Red Sox 6-0. D-backs beat the Cardinals 10-1. Athletics beat the Guardians 8-2. The Rangers beat the Tigers 4-1. The Rays beat the Orioles 4-3. Nationals beat the Padres 4-2. The White Sox beat the Pirates 10-4. The Phillies beat the Angels 9-5. The Reds beat the Mets 5-2. The Marlins beat the Royals 3-1, and the Blue Jays beat the Giants 6-3. That's kind of around the horn, around the game right now. So we're still three out. If you can get, you can get Durant and Jax or Castro and Colombo for any one of those combinations for Ben Rice, then that would be probably a good deal. I mean, Castro's going to be a free agent, I think, at the end of the year, right? So Colombo, I don't think is. Jax is not going to be free agent, and Durant's not going to be free agent. So all that stuff, that would be. I mean, if you could do that, you'd have to add to Ben Rice, but that would be a if you can get two relievers with controllable years in one trade, yeah, two good relievers, yeah, that's something worth looking at. The Rangers, yeah, there are teams. Yeah, the Brewers. I wouldn't sleep on the Brewers. I wouldn't sleep on a lot of teams. The Tigers are, yeah, and they still have the best record in baseball, even though they're on a losing streak. So, yeah, we hit the thumbs up thing. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do. I appreciate it. Well, yeah, I mean, Loizaga is. I think him and Ian Hamilton are the most vulnerable of the two relievers. And those are probably, if they, let's just say they make a trade like that and they bring in Duran and Jax, I think it's going to be Loizaga and Hamilton on the outs. That'd be my guess. They are talking to the Diamondbacks about Suarez actively, Tiffany. They are. That I do know. Well, Skunja, I mean, what I do know is Spencer Jones, excuse me, his name is being floated in a couple of trades right now. I don't know how advanced the talks are, but his name is being floated in at least two trades. Yeah, I mean, Andujar, he would be a bat first and a glove second guy. And like a Brian Hayes would be a glove first and a bat second guy. So, Suarez is very good. But again, he's a rental, Tiffany. He's a rental. So, but he's got some serious numbers. He had 2 home runs tonight. He's at 33 home runs right now. He has 80 ribbies. So, yeah. Yeah, the Yankees, I mean, they definitely hyped and raised the trade value for Caleb Durbin before they traded him for Devin Williams. 100%. Schlittler and Jones, yeah. Well, I think, I'm not sure. Maybe they're trying to figure out if Lombard's going to be the third baseman for the future or whether he's going to be the guy that they want to replace Volpe with at some point. I don't know. Right? So, Duran and Jax for Rice, Arias, and Griffin Herring. Roderick has. It's an intriguing trade, World Lifer. That's an intriguing one, man. It really is. I like that folks are kind of putting forth these types of trade proposals. This is, based on planet Earth. They're based on planet Earth. So I do think, I thank you for that. It's an interesting word, World Lifer. I don't think we David Robertson. Well, David Robinson's a free agent, but he's going to serve no value for at least 5 or 6 weeks because he hasn't had a ramp up period. He hasn't pitched since last year, so he's going to need this kind of a spring training. So he's a guy who would sign and stash for the postseason for later. He'll do nothing for the next month for the Yankees, which is why they still need to trade guys. I mean, I would add Oswald Peraza in a package for Suarez if I can get him. So I would add him in the package for it. And because, like, I would even add him and Arias, right? Here's the guy, Suarez. I mean, Peraza can replace Suarez right now. Arias is the developmental player. So, but yeah, he could be. He could be. So. Yeah. No, I mean, realistic. Just, there's so much bullcrap being pushed by way too many people out there. So, Everson Pereira's another one's congealing. Yeah, he could be a trade piece. And I keep in mind, people want Jesus Rodriguez might be a trade piece. He might be a trade piece. So, Peraza would be a throw-in a trade. He would be a throw-in. Roderick Arias would be the headline piece there, obviously. We are, how many days away? What's today, the 19th? We are 12 days from the deadline. 12. So, right around the corner, baby. Right around the corner. Yeah. They do. And I do know that the Diamondbacks are looking for arms. What if you can Brock Selvage and a couple other arms, right? For Suarez, I'm okay with that. Any bold prediction for the deadline? Just Yankees or non-Yankees? Jacob Petruzzi, what's good? I think someone that's we're not thinking of is going to get traded. For the Yankees, I think they're going to make a multiplayer trade with a National League team. And non-Yankees, I think the Blue Jays are going to pick up probably Duran or another big reliever. I think the big trade has already happened, the Devers trade. Suarez would be a pretty big trade, but Devers has 10 years left in his contract, so that was a monster trade for the Giants. What would shock me most is if Devers got traded again, right? But I don't know if that's going to happen now. Well, I think soon. Yeah, I mean sooner than later, Tiffany, because the Yankees do need to make moves. They need to add arms, right? ASAP, right? So let me just take a look now and see if anything has popped up here. Let's have a look. No, nothing yet right now. No news right now. Let me double check here. Another place. Let's see if any other news. No, nothing yet. But I do think in the next 48 hours we'll probably hear some news from the Yankees. Don't be surprised they add another arm tomorrow. No. Don't be surprised if they do that. Well, exactly, Rand. And there's people saying the Yankees should trade for Devers. No, thank you. No, thank you. Marcus, big win, baby. Big win. Love it. Love it. Yep. Yeah, they're not going to give Schiller to the Diamondbacks. They're not going to give him, but they can give some other guys. Unless you're getting Mitch Keller back, I can't see Schlittler being part of the trade. Sonny Gray, I'm not exactly sure the Cardinals are going to make him available, in all honesty. He's one of the guys that's keeping them in the, hanging around contention. So, yeah. Yep. I don't think Spencer Jones gets moved for Suarez. They're not looking to add outfielders. They're looking to move outfielders, which is why. And they've already said they're focused on pitching. So I could see some pitching being moved to the Diamondbacks instead of Jones. I'm not sure Sonny Gray has a no trade clause. That I'm not sure of, but yeah. And I don't think Suarez will cost Jones either, nor should he. Everson Pereira, I'm fine with. Yeah. 52 likes. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'll wrap this up in a second too, that we can go get some rest. Tomorrow's the only morning I can actually sleep in a little bit. Giving signs from second base. Apparently, Eddie Perez was saying, "Think to Jazz" as they saw Chisholm giving signs from second base. I got to go back and look at the exchange. I have to go back and look at the exchange. Now, I'd love to hear what both of them have to say. That'll give us a little bit more insight. Yeah, the big series with the Jays. And again, don't be surprised if the Jays add an arm in the next 2 days. They lost Jimmy Garcia. They lost 2 of their relievers over the last 48 hours. Back end of the bullpen guys. So, they're going to probably ask. They're going to try to get Clase. They're going to try and get Duran from the Twins or something like that. Hard pass on Devers, man. I think he'd be a problem here. I mean, he's got good contact. So it really depends it really depends on, it really depends on what their objective is going to be, right? If they get Suarez, they clearly want offensive production. If they bring in Hayes from the Pirates, they clearly want some defensive production and whatever contact skills he can give them. But he would also help Volpe on the infield as well. All the words, and nobody from the Jays' top prospects are off limits. Okay. So that might make it easier to get somebody. Exactly. I mean, Devers it would be a fit here. It would not be a fit here. Yeah. We do not want that drama here. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. Mets, yeah. Can you imagine that, Jake Boss? Well, a lot of us thought they were going to get Vlad Guerrero, but that didn't happen. The only Yankee that won Devers is Cole. So he doesn't have to pitch him. At least Cole doesn't have to pitch him now because he's in the National League. But yeah. Rough. No, he's a step down with the glove from Peraza, but he's a step up with the bat. There is not a bat that's available in the game that moves the needle as much as Suarez, but he'll probably be at average at best defender. Well, exactly, too, Mark. Well, the problem is, too, the reason why they're not striking is because the other teams haven't put those guys in the block yet. Like you need the other team to participate too, and these teams are strategically waiting for closer to the deadline because they know teams are going to become more desperate, and the price is just going to go up and up and up. That's why you very rarely see these moves happen before the deadline. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he would have paid Vladdy, but Vladdy stayed in Toronto. Will Warren said his hand is fine after punching the dugout ceiling. He was pissed today. Warren, he was pissed. I know he's dealing with a little bit of shoulder and arm fatigue too, so it's one reason why they're looking at Mitch Keller. Yeah, good for Vlad. I'm glad he stayed in Toronto, man. I'm glad he stayed there. And they have a good team. Toronto, they have a good team, the Jays. They do. I remember Kevin Brown. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. But let me let y'all go. 12-9 Yankees win, baby. They win tomorrow, they win the series. So, Stroman, we need you to keep these guys in the game tomorrow. Bats, we need to give Stroman some run support, please. Right? They win tomorrow, they win the series. It gives us a little bit of momentum heading into Toronto. And after last night's frustrating loss, we needed tonight's win. We really, really did. We should keep a punch bag. Yeah. That's why I have one in my garage, my heavy bag. So, but you guys are the best. Really, I love you guys and gals. You're the best. So go have a great night. Peace and love to all of you. Hit the like button on the way out. And if anybody in here that's not subscribed, hit that button. Tell your friends. Have them join the family. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.